The AI wars are here. The first winner out of the gate, I have to call it for Microsoft. About $50,000 worth of stock based on it. Maybe I'll short Google a bit. I'm not sure. But out of the gate, they're the winner. If you look at what's just happened and the announcement where we have Bing now integrated with ChatGPT in real time 2023 data, the browser plugin that we got in Chrome is no longer over there. Now we have it in Bing, up to date. In fact, it issued a code red for Google, where they have been throughout the whole company, because search is the biggest business on the planet, and Google has over 80% of that, almost 90%, you might say. Some people say it's as much as 96% of the American search. Now, this AI war has actually turned into a search war and an ecosystem war, because Microsoft could pull 100 million people to their ecosystem, to their platform, to their browser, Edge, and pull people off of Chrome and pull people away from Google, and people will be then, and you'll see why, you'll be using Bing to do your searches. And very shortly, this could be a Bing world where people, instead of saying you should Google that, they'll say you should Bing that. I want you guys to check it out. My name is Andrew Cartwright. I'm here to help you. I've been a multimillionaire 4 times, started 32 companies in 17 industries. I just want to help you guys out any way I can. I do have a lending link down below where we do loans, billions of dollars with all these lenders that are here to help your business. 12 different programs, 81 lenders. Also, we're partnering with you guys with Epic 99, which you really need to stay up on this stuff, because all this stuff we're going to integrate into the business that we buy together, where you own 81% and I own 19%. This is a game changer, and you guys got to keep up with what's happening. So I'm going to dive into the details of what just happened and how we've switched over to a new ecosystem. If you have an Apple and you use an iPad, you use a phone, and you use your computer, now that could completely change with search, where you have Google and you have Chrome, you'll be using Edge and Bing. And if you don't, you may get left behind. The biggest business shift in the last 20 years has just happened, and I don't want you to miss it. So check this out. It's been so long since I even used Edge or Microsoft as a search, or even Bing, that I didn't even have Edge downloaded onto any of my devices, which I had to do that in order to, and I'll talk about this, how to get in their ecosystem, which is really what they want. So to give you an idea, I had to download it, set it up. It's got some interesting things here that you can do. You got inspirational. I did this on another computer, so that's how I know. You've got informational, which is very visual compared to Google, right? So it's like, where have you been? And if you want something that looks a lot like Google, you get focused. Now, believe it or not, I would rather have informational. I'd like to know the topics and then have my search bar at the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that. So I've downloaded the Edge actual application, and the reason I downloaded it is because in order to get ChatGPT and search integrated into Bing, I had to do that. This is incredible how they're converting me over to their ecosystem. Microsoft is converting me over to coming in there. And here's what I mean by that. See, right now, most people will start using whatever search, and then they'll end up in a Chrome search, because the fact that Google just seems to work better in a Chrome search. You end up downloading their browser, which keeps you in their world. Now, there's been lots of antitrust lawsuits between, where Safari, which is preloaded on all the Apples, and you have to download Chrome. And same thing with Microsoft. They have Edge, and there was big, huge antitrust lawsuits over this. Now, Google has been able to pull people outside of Microsoft's ecosystem. Well, with ChatGPT, OpenAI, and what they've just executed on, which is absolutely unbelievable, they're going to be able to take market share back. ChatGPT has been able to get 100 million users on its platform. 100 million users in a couple of months. They were the fastest ones to get to 1 million of any app, period. And now with this, with Bing, here's Copilot, right? Introducing the new Bing, your AI-powered Copilot for the web. This is absolutely incredible, because as you know, or maybe you don't know, ChatGPT's training model is only up to 2021, and we're in 2023, and every single day, the web is being updated by us, right? Collectively. So now we're able to use ChatGPT in real time with real websites, and they'll actually show us the sources, which I'll show you. The first thing I did, if you see here, right there, as soon as I got ChatGPT, I actually locked in the actual ChatGPT right to my homepage, and I've been using that for search. I did a video on it, but then all of a sudden, this is happening so lightning fast. By the time I make a video on it, there's something better. Like I was showing the integrations into Chrome, but now that's ultimately getting to the point where it's going to be too late. So in order to get on this though, you're gonna have to join the wait list now, and they'll send you an email. But look at this. I have not been, it's like getting a new free gift, right? I'm now overlooking at Microsoft for my search. If you don't know, search is the biggest business on the planet. We all use search, and Google has kept us in their ecosystem for 20 years. 20 years we've been in the Google ecosystem. This is an opportunity. They've executed so fast on this that it's absolutely amazing. Obviously, ChatGPT and OpenAI amplified everything to the point where people instantly got the value of it and they were blown away. So we have some really interesting things. And now that Microsoft was an early investor, they invested a little bit, and they invested $1 billion in like 2019. Now they just dropped another $10 billion. So they're able to do this. And of course now they want me in their ecosystem now because they're going to import my data, which means I'm going to be able to as easily use this platform without having to go back to the other platform. The idea is to move everybody over to using Edge, which is the browser, just like Chrome, Safari, Firefox. Those are all browsers. Now, within the browser, in Chrome, which is Google's browser, there is Google Search, which is Google. When you're Googling something, Chrome is the browser that you're in, and Google is the search engine that searches and crawls the internet and collects the data and gives it to you. Now, the thing is, this interface, so far, I haven't even looked at this in years. Most people don't even advertise on it, and I'll show you why. If you're looking to advertise, these are the statistics, worldwide statistics. Right now, I'm gonna go up to the most current date, and this is going to change. I just bought $50,000 in Microsoft stock. That's how much I believe in this. So Google has 84% of search. Last 20 years, they've stood there and nobody's really challenged them. The biggest business in the world, Google owns 84% of that when you go to it. And the problem is, how do we get people out of Google's ecosystem? Well, Microsoft just did it. Very soon, there could be over 100 million people that will now be using Edge, that will be using Bing, and they'll be using OpenAI in current, most up-to-date right now for content creation, research, all that stuff. Because guess what? If you look at Bing, they've got 8.95%. They don't have much to lose. And the reason I say lose is because ChatGPT and getting these instant answers takes a lot away from the search and the websites that get promoted. If Google was to do this and integrated something like OpenAI, which they're doing with BART, they could actually take from their own business. And Bing's got nothing to lose by doing that. It's a windfall for them to get you in their ecosystem and then find out how to make money off you. Just like they did with Windows years ago. They gave away Windows for free so that they could get you using Windows. And that's how Microsoft was able to dominate like they did, because they gave it away for free to all the different computer companies. Now today, we look, Yahoo has 2.6, Bing 8.95, then we've got Baidu, which is actually China, right? 0.67, and then we've got Yandex, which is 1.51. This is a Russian. And then if people want to have really secure searches where people don't see or collect data, people will use DuckDuckGo. That's just where. So if you're a business person, you're figuring out like, okay, where do I advertise? Where's my biggest arbitrage? Bing is going to have, before people catch on to this and figure it out, because I'm talking to people and they don't realize that the world just changed. It literally just changed, and it is changed for forever. Now, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to download Microsoft Edge in order to actually get the Bing and the OpenAI within the search. So you're going to need to download that. You'll download right here. You'll click download. For a Mac, which is what I have, you're going to either click the Apple chip or you're going to click on the Intel chip, depending. I've already downloaded it. That's why I have this browser. Now, if you look, they want to integrate my browsing data. Then they want me to take my phone with a QR code and lock in search here, which I already did that. They've already got me doing this because I want what it has. I want chat, generative chat. When I want to ask for curry, where, about what I can use curry in, and then ask it where I can buy curry and give me the closest location, it is more streamlined than going through and looking through lots of different websites like on Google. So it is absolutely incredible. I'm waiting to be able to get actual Bing to work. I'm on the waiting list. So you have to get on the waiting list in order to use it. Now, the key thing here is if I was in Chrome, all this information over here would be all Google products, Google Sheets, my Gmail, all that stuff. So now in order to use this, I'm in Microsoft's ecosystem, which means Microsoft Teams, Word, all the stuff that comes with doing that. So they've literally shifted my entire experience on the web over to their ecosystem. So if you're in business, one of the things you're going to want to do is figure out how you can make money off of Bing, because that is the biggest opportunity right now. And if you haven't heard about it or you don't know about it, check it out. Download Edge. You're going to want to download Edge, get on the waiting list for Bing. It is absolutely incredible what it's going to be able to do. You're going to ask it anything and it's going to be up to date, better than the current ChatGPT. So here's what the CEO of Microsoft had to say about the opportunity that it seems like he stumbled on something that is absolutely unbelievable, and they just happen to be at the right place at the right time, and they're executing, which is absolutely incredible.
The most profitable large software business is search. So I look at this and say, look, I just have to earn one user at a time, an incremental GM. I've never, ever felt this liberated in terms of opportunity in the days ahead. So I'm very excited about innovating, meeting the needs, knowing that the search category is the most profitable and large category.
Google has issued a code red because they are losing people and they are leaving their ecosystem. They're leaving Chrome, they're leaving Google search like never before. This is absolutely incredible, and I'm sure that after you go through and see what this is, you'll actually switch over to using the browser from Microsoft, believe it or not. You may have not seen it, but it's absolutely incredible now. And your life, things have changed forever. Microsoft has executed to the point where I just invested $50,000 in buying their stock. It's not a cheap stock. This is unbelievable, and I want to take you and show you what this is because it's absolutely incredible. So I want to take and show you some examples. You're going to go here. Now I'm signed up for it, right? So I need to throw a dinner party for 6 people who are vegetarians. Can you suggest 3-course meals that I can do with chocolate dessert? I've got this over here, right? That is our standard search. But over here, I have something completely different. This is where we have a current ChatGPT integrated in real time with exactly all the way up to date as it's changing. And we get to, you can do a thumbs up if you agree with it, a thumbs down if you disliked it. So we're going to train this model to suggest 3-course meals with chocolate dessert for your vegetarian dinner party. Here are some possible options. Starter, wild mushroom tartlets with onion sauce. The cool thing is right here, I can see where the source comes from. So not only does it generate like ChatGPT, but it also will tell you where it got the information from. So you can see more here. It'll even help you prompt questions like, how does Bing work? Or thank you. It's, it actually will show you how to prompt. If you are like wondering what to ask it, it'll help you that. And it's like a dialogue. Here's another one. I'm planning a trip for our anniversary in September. What are some places we can go with 3-hour flight to London? So over here, we have the standard search, which they're taking away from Google. But to the right, we have what people have been, where we've got 100 million people that have signed up to get OpenAI and ChatGPT. We have it generating text on the other side. So here's all the stuff that it asked, the beach, mountain, lakes, the whole bit. It generated all this stuff. You can say, thanks, this was helpful because it's reinforced learning. And you can also see where all these are coming from. So it summarizes what's happening on the web, but in addition to that, helps you find it. What are the art ideas? Now imagine I'm on a waiting list to be able to use a search engine effectively with ChatGPT on the side of it. Now there is a plugin that you can get for Chrome that'll let you put ChatGPT on the side. Now, here's the big advantage that Microsoft has. Microsoft is up to date. When you use that plugin with Chrome, it is only up to, and I downloaded that plugin right away. I was going to do a video on it, but it's only to 2021, and they announced this just the other day, and I'm like, this is better. That plugin that was made and somebody was making money by getting that plugin no longer has a use. That quickly, you can create a business and then be obsolete by somebody coming up with something better. Microsoft has moved fast. So let me go into some of the features here. You'll be able to ask questions however you like and do complex searches. You can do follow-up questions where you ask it a question after and it'll follow that train until you do a sweep where there's a button there that you can just clean sweep all your questions. So you're like starting over. Like if you're having a conversation with somebody and it's the context of that conversation is a house, you can go through asking all those questions, and then if you wanted to start talking about food, that's going to be a different conversation, so you'll sweep that out. Then you can get answers instead of being overwhelmed with options, which we see and have experienced for the last 20 years with Google. Bing will search that, access the web, and then summarize it on the side like you saw, and it responds to specific questions like you're talking to somebody, which is, you've got a co-pilot, which is what they call it, which is incredible, co-pilot for the web, which is true, right? Then you've got get inspiration, whether it's emails, meals, because this will, if you have this hooked up to Outlook, it'll generate different emails for you as well. So because they've pulled you into the ecosystem of Microsoft here. So I want to get access faster. What they're doing here is make it your default browser on a PC or scan Bing. How brilliant is this? This strategy is unbelievable. This is going to be the fastest way for Microsoft to gain and put themselves on the forefront of search. This is a game changer completely. The AI wars are on, and the first winner is going to be Microsoft. To be continued.